we are putting new wheels on the 2024 Toyota Tacoma. I have made a decision. I thought about going with wheel spacers, and it would have saved me a bit of money. Their cost is probably around $500 to $600 for a good set of them. But I decided to jump right in and just go with new wheels to get the offset that I want on the truck. And what I'm looking to do is move the tires and the wheels out a little bit. You can see I have barely, hardly, if any at all, wheel poke now. I mean, you can barely see the tire popping out of there. I'm looking for more than that. Now, I'm going to keep the tires that I've got because I saw somebody on the web that has the setup that I'm really looking for, and they kept the tires. What these are a 285 65 R18. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of the wheels down there. These are going to be for sale, actually, only locally. They are the TRD black painted wheel. But again, only locally, not willing to ship. We'll get to that down the road, probably Facebook Marketplace or something, I don't know. So, what I decided to get, you know, I went to Discount Tire and they kind of talked me out of the size that I wanted a little bit because they were concerned that I would have rubbing. Now, I'm not so sure that that would be the case because I do have a lift on this truck. It's a level lift. And you can see I've got quite a bit of room here in the front where I don't really think it would hit, but they're the experts. They're supposed to know what they're talking about. They do this for a living, and I'm not opposed to taking the mud flaps off the back if they were to be a problem, so that's not an issue. But nonetheless, they thought they were going to rub. What I was going to go with was a -12 offset. That would have brought the tires and the wheels out quite a bit, honestly, and maybe further than I really was looking to go. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to bend, not break, and I'm going to go with what they think I should do, right? So I will put some pictures at the end if you guys want to see what I'm looking for. And then, of course, once I get them installed on the truck, I'll do a video on that, let you guys see them actually on the truck. They are on order. You know, if you're familiar with Discount Tire, they don't really keep much in stock. So you go there, you put down a deposit, and then they get them in a couple, 3 days. These are in stock. So what am I getting? I'll tell you specifically. These are Fuel Blitz D, as in David, 674. Now, within that category, there are actually 3 wheels you can get. One is all black. I did not get that. The next is a kind of machined or milled edge, so it would be silver and black. Of course, if you watch the channel, you know I am not a silver fan. You guys can see on this truck, other than what absolutely has to be there, there is no silver on this truck. So I went with it's like I think it's a painted front edge that is a bronze color. And it's not a real deep, dark, heavy bronze. Again, there'll be pictures at the end if you guys want to see it. But enough to kind of, I don't know, maybe be an accent color a little bit to the supersonic red. I think they'll look pretty good on the truck. We shall see. Now, what are they? They are an 18 by 9. It's a 6-139.7 bolt pattern. So if you're wondering what the bolt pattern is on the 2024 Tacoma, that's it. And by the way, the stock offset on the Tacoma, the way it's set up is a +55. So it's got a pretty substantial offset on it already. They are, again, the Fuel Blitz D674s. I am going to get black lug nuts to go with it. No way am I going to put silver lug nuts on the truck. That would not look good. And unfortunately, because of the way these lug nuts are, I can't reuse them on the new wheels. You notice they kind of have a flange on the edge here, and they won't fit in the space, I guess, for the new wheels. So I did have to go ahead and order those as well. Not a big deal. Again, I would want black anyway, so that doesn't really bother me. Let's talk about cost. I mentioned that it would probably cost me somewhere between $500 and $600 to to put wheel spacers on. And by the way, there's also a big controversy out there about how safe they are. It doesn't really scare me. I'm not really concerned about that much myself. I just decided to go with offset wheels, I suppose. So the cost of the wheels, they are $376 each. They are not cheap. That's $1,504. And then the cost of the lug nuts is $62. Now, of course, the cost of the wheels, the lug nuts, all that stuff includes actually putting them on the truck, right? I really don't know how Discount Tire's making any money because I saw the price out there from, I think it was Fuel or somewhere else, and it was the same price. So where's their profit? I guess they probably get a cut or a discount when they buy the wheels themselves. Tax, $129.20. Out the door, $1695.20. So we're going to call it $1,700 to go ahead and change the wheels out. Now that's going to be about $1,100 more, of course, than it would have cost me to just do wheel spacers. But again, it's well worth it to me. As far as the deposit goes, looks like they generally shoot for 10%. They wanted $170, 10%. As a deposit to put them down. I don't have a problem with that, not a big deal. Now, one other thing I want to mention, they are willing, I love Discount Tire, they are willing to go ahead and mount the wheels, mount the tire, do all that stuff, just to make sure that there isn't going to be any rubbing or craziness. And by the way, the guy did tell me that they won't let you leave if the tires rub. I'm not sure how they can really stop you. I mean, I get in my car, I drive off, I've left, but they can't hold you hostage. But anyway, I'm sure they would strongly encourage you to not run off with tires that rub. And that's not a problem for me because I wouldn't want tires that rub anyway. And of course, with rubbing, everybody knows you only have to worry about the front, right? If you're putting some kind of a tire on here that's going to rub in the rear, you are really going big that you probably shouldn't be doing it at all. So anyway, and that's what I'm going to do. There is a slight chance that I might change out the tires if they don't look good or right on the truck. I don't want them to look like little donuts on there because they're not big enough. We shall see. I think in bringing them out a little bit, that kind of alleviates, rather, that's hard for me to say, alleviates some of the possibility of them looking like donuts. I think right now they look pretty good on the truck anyway. They're a pretty decent tire and they fill up enough of the gap yet leave me gap, which is really the look that I'm going for. Anyway, I just wanted to get on, kind of let you guys know. I've talked about in other videos, changing out the wheels, the tires, doing something for offset. That's what I'm going to do. Leave a comment. Check them out at the end, by the way, and let me know what you think. I'd just be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.